Seconds slip away faster than the eye can follow, and in that fleeting moment, everything can change. Today you will uncover a message that demands your full presence, a divine signal that appears only when the mind stops racing and the heart listens. Time is not waiting, and neither is the miracle about to unfold. In the quiet corners of Shaolin teachings, monks have long understood the power of a single breath. Each inhale, each pause, carries a secret rhythm of life, patterns that reveal signs most overlook. History holds stories of warriors and sages who, by noticing these subtle cues, transformed moments of danger into triumph, chaos into clarity. Some events hidden in the ordinary were doors to extraordinary outcomes, yet only those fully awake could pass through them. By staying with this video, you will learn how to recognize the fleeting signals that often go unnoticed, how to center your energy and mind so that the extraordinary can manifest, and how ancient wisdom guides the timing of miracles. We will explore principles that are rarely spoken of outside the walls of monasteries, ways to attune your senses to the rhythm of life itself, and to witness divine events that many would miss entirely. Every second holds a possibility. Every breath carries a lesson. By the end of this video, you will understand how to align yourself with the subtle forces shaping your destiny and why the present moment is far more powerful than anything you have believed. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire, a place where ancient wisdom meets the clarity of your own awareness. Subscribe now and step fully into the power of the present with us, because this hour holds a chance few will ever notice, but one you cannot afford to miss. Silence is not empty. It is alive with whispers that only the attentive can hear. In the stillness of the mind, the world shifts, shadows move differently, sounds carry meaning, and even the rhythm of your own heartbeat can speak truths long ignored. Shaolin monks have known this for centuries, sitting quietly, allowing the mind to settle like water in a calm pond. In that clarity, the surface reflects more than the sky. It reflects insight, guidance, and signs hidden in the ordinary. Many seek answers in movement, in action, or in noise, yet the greatest revelations emerge when nothing is forced. During meditation, each breath becomes a tool, each pause a teacher. Attention sharpens like a blade, intuition awakens, and a deeper sense of timing reveals itself. History holds tales of warriors who, in moments of absolute stillness, sensed danger before it arrived, understood intentions without words, and recognized opportunities invisible to those rushing through life. Quieting the inner chatter is not easy. Thoughts clamor, desires pull, and the mind resists emptiness. But within that resistance lies the doorway. The moment you surrender to stillness, subtle signs appear, an unexpected gesture, a sudden insight, a feeling that guides you toward action. Others may pass by, blind to these messages, yet the practitioner attuned to silence perceives them as clearly as the sun rising over the mountains. Stillness is not withdrawal, it is presence in its purest form. It allows the spirit to align with forces that cannot be seen but are profoundly felt. By cultivating calm and observing without distraction, you begin to perceive the undercurrent of life itself, a current that carries signals from the divine, subtle yet undeniable. In these quiet moments, the extraordinary quietly unfolds, waiting only for those willing to listen with their whole being. Every thought carries weight. Every focus shapes the path ahead. When attention settles on a single purpose, it begins to bend reality toward itself. In the quiet halls of ancient Shaolin, monks speak of intention as a force both subtle and potent, an invisible current that moves through mind, body, and spirit. It is not enough to wish or hope. Intention must be deliberate, disciplined, and aligned with a higher rhythm. Mindfulness is the practice of wielding this force. Each breath, each movement, each moment of awareness becomes an act of direction. The mind, once scattered and restless, becomes a precise instrument, capable of channeling energy with clarity. History recounts masters who, through unwavering focus, transformed ordinary circumstances into extraordinary results, sensing opportunities before they appeared and turning challenges into gateways. Yet intention alone is not mastery. It must be guided, tempered by wisdom, and in harmony with forces greater than the self. When intention aligns with divine guidance, the small choices of daily life ripple outward, and outcomes that once seemed impossible begin to manifest. A word spoken with clarity, a gesture performed with purpose, a pause held in mindful attention, all carry the potential to shift reality in ways that defy expectation. The path of intention demands patience and self-discipline. It asks that distractions be quieted and impulses observed rather than followed. In doing so, the practitioner learns the secret of inner mastery. Power is not in force but in alignment. The mind becomes a mirror, reflecting possibilities with precision. What is willed in clarity, rooted in awareness, and balanced with humility often becomes more than action. It becomes the seed of miracle waiting to unfold in the exact moment it is meant to. The world moves in rhythms, many too subtle for the hurried mind to perceive. Life leaves traces, repeated moments, recurring emotions, small coincidences that when observed with care reveal hidden guidance. Shaolin teachings have long emphasized this practice, the ability to read patterns in nature, in human behavior, and within oneself. Each detail, no matter how minor, carries meaning if met with awareness. Patterns are like whispers of a larger design. A falling leaf, the shape of clouds, a repeated number, or an unexpected encounter may seem ordinary, yet in truth they are markers pointing toward insight or opportunity. Ancient masters trained their senses to notice these markers, to discern order within apparent chaos. Through disciplined observation, the seemingly mundane becomes a map to understanding, and the unseen forces at work in life become tangible. Observation alone is not enough. It must be paired with patience and reflection. The mind must learn to pause, to sift through distraction, and to perceive without imposing desire or fear. The Shaolin approach teaches that mastery arises when the practitioner can read the flow of life as clearly as one reads the movement of water, sensing where it rises, where it turns, where it slows. By tuning into these hidden patterns, a practitioner begins to anticipate events, to recognize guidance, and to act in harmony with timing that others miss. Small, subtle signs often precede profound change, and those attuned to them can witness moments that seem miraculous. In this way, the disciplined mind becomes a mirror, reflecting not just what is visible, but what is meaningful beneath the surface, revealing the extraordinary within the ordinary and opening the path to wisdom and insight. The mind is a battlefield where fear, doubt, and distraction often rise as invisible walls. They are subtle, taking the form of hesitation, second-guessing, or the pull toward comfort. Shaolin teachings remind us that these inner obstacles are not enemies to fight with force, but currents to understand and navigate. Awareness of them is the first step toward mastery. Courage does not mean the absence of fear. It is the willingness to act even when the outcome is uncertain, to move forward with a steady mind when the path is unclear. Ancient masters practiced this daily discipline and observation, honed their ability to discern between real danger and imagined barriers. Each choice to act with clarity, rather than be paralyzed by doubt, strengthened the spirit and opened doors that hesitation would have kept closed. Distraction often whispers the loudest, filling the mind with noise until the present moment fades. Yet it is in the stillness, in the conscious pause before action, that clarity emerges. Personal mastery grows in these spaces, where attention is focused and energy is directed with purpose. The act of overcoming inner resistance is less about forcing change and more about aligning thought, breath, and intent, letting the natural flow of awareness guide action. History is full of stories where subtle courage led to profound outcomes, decisions made in quiet resolve, moments seized despite uncertainty, opportunities recognized when the mind was clear. Miracles often appear in these spaces between hesitation and action, in the silence after doubt has been acknowledged and released. The path through resistance is a disciplined journey, teaching that strength is not the absence of fear, but the skill of moving through it with patience, awareness, and unwavering presence. Breath is more than air. It is the thread that weaves body, mind, and spirit into harmony. In Shaolin practice, every movement begins and ends with conscious breathing, for the rhythm of breath governs the flow of energy within. When the mind follows the breath, distraction fades, and a deeper awareness rises, like sunlight slowly illuminating a quiet temple hall. Energy flows where tension moves. Mindful breathing centers the body, creating a stillness that is alive rather than empty. Each inhale gathers focus. Each exhale releases tension and resistance. Through this simple yet profound discipline, the practitioner learns to align with the natural currents of life, sensing moments when timing and action converge perfectly. Ancient masters taught that the power of the body is amplified not through force but through alignment, when energy moves freely, guided by awareness and intent. The practice of breath is also a bridge to the unseen. When energy is balanced, sensitivity to subtle signs increases. A fleeting intuition, a gentle nudge toward choice, or the quiet presence of opportunity becomes noticeable. These signals are often invisible to those whose energy is scattered, but the disciplined breath sharpens perception, making the miraculous tangible. Alignment is not a one-time achievement. It is cultivated continuously. Each pause, each slow, deliberate breath is a reminder of presence and mastery. By observing the body and regulating energy, the practitioner trains the mind to remain calm under pressure and attuned to the rhythms of life. In this state, actions flow with precision, insight arrives unbidden, and the ordinary transforms into a canvas for the extraordinary. The simplest breath, practiced with intention, can open the door to clarity, timing, and a profound connection to forces that move beyond the self. Forcing the pace of life often clouds the clarity needed to recognize opportunity. Shaolin masters understood that rushing ahead can block what is meant to unfold naturally. True power lies in timing, the quiet, patient awareness that allows action to meet the moment perfectly. In stillness and readiness, the practitioner learns to distinguish between effort that aligns and effort that resists. Surrender is misunderstood as passivity, yet in the Shaolin way, it is far from inaction. It is an active, disciplined patience. The body remains poised, the mind alert, and the spirit attentive. Like a river flowing around stones, surrender moves with the current rather than against it. The practitioner prepares, strengthens, and observes, yet knows when to yield, allowing life's natural rhythm to guide the outcome. Discernment is the companion of surrender. By releasing the urge to control every detail, subtle signs become visible. Timing, opportunity, and insight emerge in ways that could never be forced. History tells of sages and warriors who waited, alert yet patient, and in the moment of readiness, a seemingly impossible path opened before them. They acted not because they had forced it, but because they had prepared and aligned themselves with the flow of life. This balance of action and yielding is the essence of mastery. Patience becomes a tool, vigilance a guide, and trust a bridge between intention and manifestation. The practitioner who surrenders correctly does not wait passively for miracles, they move with them, sensitive to the currents, ready to act at the exact moment required. In this delicate dance of timing, effort, and trust merge, revealing that surrender is not a loss of power, but the refinement of it, allowing the extraordinary to appear in ways that discipline, awareness, and alignment alone could never achieve. The heart that notices is the heart that receives. In Shaolin philosophy, gratitude is more than polite acknowledgement. It is a practice that shapes perception and sharpens awareness. By recognizing the small, often overlooked gifts of life, the mind becomes receptive to deeper currents of guidance and insight. Each moment of appreciation opens a door, allowing subtle blessings to flow freely. Gratitude trains attention. When the practitioner observes the world with mindful awareness, the ordinary begins to reveal its extraordinary layers. A simple gesture, a quiet sunrise, the rhythm of breath, all carry meaning when acknowledged. This is not sentimentality, but a disciplined way of living that aligns the inner spirit with the flow of life. Ancient sages taught that those who cultivate gratitude see patterns, others miss, and find opportunities that remain hidden to those whose hearts are closed. The practice of gratitude also transforms challenge. Even difficulty becomes a teacher when received with presence and reflection. Every obstacle carries a lesson, every setback a subtle gift. By honoring these lessons, the mind grows resilient, the heart open, and perception heightened. In this way, small acknowledgements act as preparation, building a foundation for encounters with the truly extraordinary. The energy of gratitude is magnetic. When attention rests on what is present and appreciated, it draws further abundance, insight, and clarity. The Shaolin approach teaches that the inner state shapes the outer world. By cultivating awareness and thankfulness, the practitioner becomes aligned with forces that amplify opportunities and miracles. In this attentive and open state, the ordinary transforms into a conduit for extraordinary experience, and the seemingly small blessings of today become the gateways to the profound blessings of tomorrow. True mastery is revealed not only in stillness, but in action. Shaolin philosophy teaches that every movement carries intention and every action unfolds within the rhythm of timing. The moment of miracle is rarely chaotic. It is precise, deliberate, and anchored in awareness. To act without attention is to miss the opportunity. To wait without readiness is the same. Awareness begins with presence. The practitioner observes the surroundings, listens to the subtle cues, and senses the currents of energy moving through people, nature, and circumstance. Each breath, each pause, each subtle shift becomes a guide, signaling the right moment to act. Precision is not mechanical. It is a harmony between intention and perception, a flow that allows effort to meet the unfolding moment perfectly. Timing is essential. Ancient masters understood that action taken too soon or too late can obscure opportunity, no matter how noble the intention. Discipline trains the mind to wait, to prepare, and to respond with clarity. Through repeated practice, the body and spirit learn to move in harmony with life's currents, so that when the instant arrives, action arises naturally without hesitation or excess. Action anchored in awareness is also humble. It is not a rush to dominate, but a measured alignment with forces greater than the self. The ordinary becomes extraordinary when movement is guided by insight rather than impulse, and when energy is concentrated on what truly matters. In this state, even the smallest act can carry transformative power, and miracles emerge not as accidents, but as the natural result of readiness, attention, and the quiet mastery of mind, body, and spirit. Wisdom untended is like a seed left in the dark. It holds potential but will not grow. Shaolin masters teach that spiritual insights gain their power only when practiced and embodied. Understanding a principle is not enough. It must be woven into daily life, breathed into each moment, and reflected in every choice. Mindful routines transform ordinary days into training grounds for mastery. Each action, from the way one moves to the way one listens, becomes an opportunity to cultivate awareness. Discipline is not rigid. It is a gentle alignment of habit with purpose. By attending to small, deliberate practices, breathing with intention, observing without judgment, acting with clarity, the mind and body remain receptive to subtle signs and guidance that might otherwise go unnoticed. Even the smallest choices carry weight. A word spoken with presence, a moment of patience, a conscious step forward, all compound over time, shaping character and opening doors to experiences once unimaginable. The Shaolin perspective reminds us that mastery is not an event but a continuum, built day by day, action by action, with attention to detail and consistency of spirit. Integration also cultivates resilience. Life's challenges are no longer obstacles but mirrors reflecting where practice is needed, where awareness has faltered, and where the heart can grow stronger. By living the teachings, the practitioner becomes attuned to life's patterns, connected to subtle energies, and aligned with forces that shape opportunity and fortune. In this way, daily life itself becomes a temple, every moment a chance to embody clarity, discipline, and insight. The path of mastery is not reserved for rare occasions. It exists in each choice, each breath, each decision, gradually transforming ordinary experience into a canvas where wisdom, awareness, and the miraculous naturally unfold. Miracles are rarely loud or obvious. They often arrive quietly, woven into the flow of everyday life. By practicing stillness, sharpening your focus, and aligning your energy, you open yourself to see what others overlook. Observing patterns, embracing timing, and acting with mindful awareness transform ordinary moments into gateways for the extraordinary. The principles we explored are simple, yet profound. Each choice to breathe consciously, to act with clarity, and to honor subtle signs brings you closer to a life in harmony with higher currents. Even small, consistent steps can cultivate the sensitivity and discipline needed to recognize and welcome the miraculous. In these fleeting moments, your presence matters. Attention and awareness become the keys to seeing the signs that the world, and perhaps the divine, offers. By integrating these practices into daily life, you allow insight, guidance, and opportunity to emerge naturally, transforming ordinary days into a path of growth and awakening. Take these lessons into your life with gentle patience. Let stillness guide you, let intention shape your actions, and let gratitude open your heart. The extraordinary is always near, waiting for the quiet mind to notice. If this message resonated with you, and you wish to explore more teachings of awareness, mastery, and spiritual insight like this video, and subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire. Let us walk this path together, quietly attuned to the miracles that surround us every day.